Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the notifications bell. I'm sure you've heard the news. The year is 2025. We gather not to recount a tale of distant history, but to revisit a wound still fresh on the landscape of Los Angeles. The fire, a raging inferno that consumed homes, dreams, and lives, demands our attention. We must understand its origins, not just as a matter of record, but as a safeguard against repeating the mistakes of the past. The memories are vivid, the acrid smell of smoke, the panicked evacuation, the helpless horror as flames danced across familiar hillsides. But beyond the immediate impact, the fire exposed a deeper truth, a city built on a history of vulnerability, where progress had outpaced preparedness. This is not just a story of destruction, but a call to action. By understanding how the fire started, we can prevent future tragedies. Join us in making Los Angeles safer for everyone. Pinpointing the exact cause of a fire of this magnitude is a complex task. Investigators work tirelessly, piecing together evidence like fragments of a shattered mirror. While the full picture may never be known, early reports suggest a chillingly familiar culprit: human negligence. A discarded cigarette, an untended campfire, a stray spark from faulty wiring. Any of these could have ignited the dry brush that blanketed the hills surrounding Los Angeles. Years of drought had turned the landscape into a tinderbox primed for disaster. The Santa Ana winds, notorious for their ferocity, provided the final ingredient. Gusty and unpredictable, they swept down from the mountains, carrying embers far and wide, transforming small flames into a raging inferno. The fire, once a spark of carelessness, quickly grew into an unstoppable force, driven by a perfect storm of human error and environmental vulnerability. Los Angeles, a city celebrated for its sun-drenched days, also bears the scars of a long and tumultuous relationship with fire. The city's growth has often come at the expense of its natural surroundings, pushing development further into fire-prone areas. History is replete with examples: the 1929 Verdugo Canyon fire, the 1961 Bel Air fire, the 2009 Station fire. Each disaster served as a stark reminder of the city's inherent vulnerability, yet complacency often returned with the rains. The 2025 fire, however, was different. It burned with an intensity unseen in generations, driven by climate change and a legacy of inadequate fire prevention measures. Overdevelopment, coupled with years of drought, had created a perfect storm for disaster. The firestorm exposed the consequences of ignoring the lessons of the past, a sobering reminder that history has a way of repeating itself unless we heed its warnings. Section 4. The Price of Neglect. Lessons learned and ignored. The 2025 fire left an indelible mark on Los Angeles, a city forced to confront the human cost of its own neglect. Thousands of homes were reduced to ashes, displacing families and shattering communities. The economic toll was equally staggering, with businesses destroyed and livelihoods lost. The fire exposed the fragility of infrastructure, crippling transportation, communication, and essential services. Beyond the immediate damage, the fire left a legacy of trauma and loss. The psychological scars of displacement, the grief of losing loved ones, and the lingering fear of future disasters continue to haunt the city. The 2025 fire served as a brutal wake-up call, a stark reminder that the price of neglect is measured not just in dollars and cents, but in shattered lives and broken dreams. Section 5. Preventing the next inferno, a collective responsibility. The ashes of the 2025 fire have long since cooled, but the lessons learned must continue to burn bright. Rebuilding Los Angeles requires more than just bricks and mortar. It demands a fundamental shift in our relationship with the environment and a renewed commitment to fire safety. This is not just the responsibility of firefighters and city officials, it is a collective duty we all share. Simple actions can make a difference. Clearing brush around homes, adhering to fire safety regulations, and remaining vigilant during periods of high fire danger. We must invest in fire-resistant building materials, strengthen building codes, and create defensible spaces around vulnerable communities. Education and awareness campaigns are crucial, ensuring that residents understand the risks and know how to protect themselves and their families. The 2025 fire was a tragedy, but it can also be a catalyst for change. By working together, we can honor the memory of those lost by building a safer, more resilient Los Angeles for future generations. Let us not let their sacrifice be in vain. If you found this story compelling, please subscribe to our channel for more in-depth coverage and updates on fire safety. Together, we can make a difference.